you can come to the Court of Cups and try our amazing lattes. We have whiskey too.
We don't need to disturb them. You know, I mean, they're probably going to have a long, awkward talk and not do anything and then leave.
That's probably accurate.
You've been looking at my notes.
Maybe they'll cry. Who knows? And then leave. Nothing exciting will happen. So nothing. This is about as good as it's going to get for us. So
Okay.
mission success.
As you go over to investigate, the smell hits you. Gasoline, smoke, fire. Do you get a lot of trouble?
Oh, this happens, I would say per season, we blow up twice.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a lot of
Okay.
troublemakers. You know, Ballad's a bad area. A lot of rough types.
There is a hastily scrawled note on the back of a receipt left on the table you were sitting at.
I'm going to call that a win.
Getting left with a note is never a win. And she runs over to the back.
Well, she could have left with no note. No one asked you, Loretta. Put the fire out. The fucking
I'm
building's on fire.
working on it.
What do we pay you for?
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Court of Cups. I am your storyteller, Jasmine, that bronze girl Bhullar, and I am joined by a wonderful cast of people. Let's go around and introduce everybody. Tabitha, I'm going to have you take it away.
God, I forgot my name. No, I'm Tabitha Sheehan. I work for Child's Play Charity. I play Ulrika Draeger, who is a bruja. She's a hacker. She's very charismatic, and she's goth.
And a home wrecker.
Only at Dogfood's behest. She owes me. I got her in my pocket.
Holly?
Hi, everyone. I'm Holly. I play Elizabeth Wonder. She's a vampire wine mom.
Lidija?
I play Dr. Charlotte Lamb, Macavian, and she is a psychiatrist with a beige Mercedes.
That poor beige Mercedes.
Her personality trait.
Constantly under fire. Patrick?
Hi, my name is Patrick Groome. I play Dogfood of Clan Gangrel, who puts the woof into all I want to say is woof, 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 and I'll ow, and I'll drink your blood.
I thought you said you were done with those.
Yeah, me too.
No, I came up with a new one.
That was actually pretty entertaining.
It was. Can we get? Yeah.
I think
was
that
fine.
is the last one. I think I'm done now.
Thank God.
But I came up with that one and I had to do it. I've been so looking forward to it. Everything for the last 2 weeks has been leading up to that point.
It was good.
It's from a song.
Oh, I know the
get it.
song. Yeah.
But I changed the words.
It's the song with the cash registers
I get it
and the
now.
guns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All I remember is the
Do you want
cash
me to-
register.
Paper Fangs, I think is
Yes,
the name.
yeah. No, Paper Planes. Oh, no,
Oh.
this one's Paper Fangs. No, you made a joke. No.
I need to leave. I ruined it. I've never made a joke like that.
No, it was amazing.
Look at what you have done to me.
Yes,
Now I'm a boomer.
We've corrupted you into our
Dragging
bad joke.
everyone down.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. These from home sessions, I feel like go off the rails so much faster than the
Really
in-person
quickly,
sessions, right? It's
true.
we're all in our element, so it's never when we're in the studio, I feel like that sense of professionalism senses it, or it's tries to set in. But when we're here, we're just hanging out we're in our houses.
Yeah, my cat's just here with us now. It's just who cares? You know?
I feel like it's more authentic.
Yeah,
That's true.
Hashtag authentic.
it is.
Feels like a home game. to
It
me.
does. Yes.
Makes
Yeah.
it hard to stay on track.
Right.
Speaking of staying on track, last time we hung out with our coterie, they went to a bar and tried to pick up dog food. I don't even want to say it. Tried to pick up dog food and a girlfriend. Tried to get dog food to confess her feelings to a girl she had a crush on for years,
Mm-hmm.
which she still didn't do.
No.
Nope. Still didn't. I didn't get a
So
chance.
mission was not. And for the record, there was an opportunity to earn XP there,
Oh, really?
but it didn't happen. Because at no point did Dogfood say, "I like you." There was, and you say there wasn't a chance, but there was a walk. Still, nothing was said. There was conversation over coffee. Still, nothing was said. There was a conversation in the bar. Still, nothing was said.
This is getting too real.
So Ulrika's going to make a note of that because that
Yeah.
was one of my stipulations. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
However, Ulrika does gain exactly 1 point of EXP, and so does Elizabeth,
Yay!
because they were successful in their slaying of the Inquisition.
That's true.
I did not slay.
So not a lot of EXP, but it's 1 point. It's something.
Okay.
I'll take whatever I can get.
Dogfood gets nothing.
It's already a rough game for Dogfood.
No.
I guess Bubba gets a point of EXP
Oh,
too.
Bubba gets XP? Okay.
Yeah. Not Dogfood.
It was your night off.
Dogfood didn't help. Yeah. I was gonna say.
You don't get shit because it was your night off or whatever you kept saying.
That's right.
Next time
Yeah.
you need help, that's what I'm going to say. Oh, it's my night off.
Yeah. This isn't a small European country. You don't get paid when you take the day off. No. This is America. You take the day off, you don't get paid. It's pretty straightforward. Welcome to Court of Capitalism.
Oh, no.
Storyteller, that Bronze girl.
No.
This flashback was induced at the hands of a very scary professor called Henry McTavish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
He's not good in my opinion.
It's no good in your
I
opinion.
like
I'm
him.
trying
He's got me
to.
by the throat.
Yeah, he has you by the throat. He has you gripped.
You're being choked.
At the
Yeah.
same time, Charlotte had some sort of psychic feedback from the Malkavian web, as they describe it, causing her to buckle to her knees and grab her head in pain. Remind me where everyone was. So
I think we were all outside the door, I believe.
You were all heading on your way into the office because I had sent you a text saying I'm going to seduce him.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
you were on
that's
your
right.
way to intervene.
we were.
I was being choked up against the wall of the office.
Mhm.
Because I said-
held. Vampires can't really be choked, but
No,
the
okay.
sensation is there. Yeah.
held.
Pinned,
And pinned. And
Cornered. restrained,
restrained,
grappled.
grappled. He had succeeded in a
Otherwise rendered immobile.
Yeah. And yeah, everyone else was on their way. But I don't need saving. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I've had 6 weeks to think about it. I think of nothing else.
You're not even in mortal danger. You haven't even taken any damage.
Yeah, he's not even hurting me. It's just
It's just a psychic feedback. What
just
is
the principle
Dogfood
of the
afraid
thing.
of? More emotional connection? Unearthing old memories? This is Dogfood's kryptonite.
What is Dogfood afraid of? Emotional
Feelings.
connections.
Yeah.
Dogfood's like, no, emotional damage. my
Dogfood's
only
worried
sin."
that this guy's going to drag her all the way to Allison's house. And be like,
Confess your
Tell her.
feelings. Oh my gosh, that'd be terrible.
quit being a baby.
Oh my god.
Ulrika and Elizabeth, you're both flanking Charlotte, who's fallen on the ground and I believe was clutching her head.
Mhm.
Charlotte, you experience a couple of different things. Let's see how much of it you can make sense of. Go ahead and give me a roll for your wits with your with just your blood potency.
My blood potency. All right. 2 successes.
Okay. So, as you're on your knees on the ground, you are struck with a very clear, very striking image. It's almost like when a fog parts and there's like a sun, shining down, and you see the professor, but a younger version of him, probably no older than 16 or 17. And he's standing over a casket. And then you're back. And the migraine begins to fade. The pain begins to fade. And you come to yourself.
I know nothing what this could mean.
Do I notice if she's waking up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like halfway to a slap, and I'm just like, oh! Oh,
You don't just like finish.
you're awake. No. I have vampire reflexes. I can stop pretty fast. She's
Somebody-
fine.
Like,
Somebody
what the hell
slap
just happened?
Oh, all right, then I slap you. Just like,
I need to feel something.
did you feel that? Hmm.
didn't
Are
realize
you
this was
all right?
this
What happened? Why did you just curl up in the ball on the ground?
I felt this incredible. I felt like I had a vampire migraine, a migraine, I guess.
Oh, that's the thing they talk about on the television, right? Vigraine
No, that's Viagra.
medication.
That's Viagra.
Oh.
If your Vigraine lasts for more than 3 hours, you should consult.
And I saw a really weird image of it looked like Professor McTavish, but like a younger version of him standing over a casket. I have no idea what this is. And
Well,
Did he look upset? In your vision? Or whatever the hell it was? Migraine? Migraine?
let's go with pensful.
Okay.
Pensive.
we need
I
to go
could- Yeah.
see if dog food is all right.
Yeah.
This might be a bad sign.
Yeah. She like staggers, gets up.
Mm-hmm. We move back to dog food. Let's see. Dog food, what do you do?
So I want to, if I can get any sound out at all, I want to say to him, my safe word is my arm. And then I want to grow claws and I want to claw his arm off.
Okay. Roll for it. Let's
Okay.
get your.
I guess I got to do a rouse check.
Yeah, you do need to do a rest check.
I succeed in my rouse check. So
Okay.
I don't get any hungries. And I was hoping to do an all-out attack
Mm-hmm.
where I don't look at. So for the people listening, that means that I'm not doing any defense at all, and I'm just going to take whatever damage successes he rolls, I take, but
Mhm.
whatever damage successes I roll, he takes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that I can out tank him.
All right.
So I'm
Go
just
for
gonna go nuts on him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I 1 hungry or 2 hungry?
You are too hungry.
Okay, I'm 2 hungry. So I should have 6 dice, 2 hunger dice. Let's do it. Roll good. Oh, I rolled like shit. I rolled so badly.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I'm
wanna
gonna use
burn a willpower?
To
I think you have one.
Roll 3.
You don't have a lot left, but yeah.
Okay, so I rolled 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
So your claws come out, raking across his beautiful, I guess it wasn't beautiful, it's kind of dusty and wrinkled, plaid blazer, and digging into the sides of his body. He still has you by the throat. Seeing his own undead vitae seep from him, you see like a shift in his eyes almost immediately. Like you see almost like his eyes close and open, and they look different. Like the pupils are more narrowed, almost like a cat's eyes as he does this. And he... Oh, I have a lot of dice for this.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Why would you say something like that?
Oh no.
I think this was like the worst time for you to do a all-out attack.
Oh no.
No.
Because he's going to brutally feed on you.
What?
Oh, no.
Can he do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Oh god.
This is not good.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna open up
Um,
my health thing.
Boost your.
Is he going to use
Fortitude.
willpower here? I want to say yes. He's got crazy eyes.
No.
I didn't get any crits. 1, 2, 3,
I knew I was gonna get punished for this.
5 successes.
So he took from me 3
3.
plus 2 for the claws.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't halve it because it's the claws. And I
No.
took how much?
5.
And I halve that because it's superficial.
Yes.
Okay.
Because vampires
that's-
receive superficial damage instead of aggravated.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take 3 damage. All right. Well, I kind of came out all right of that one.
However, you're also going to get hungry.
No.
Okay. How hungry?
The book actually doesn't say how much hunger you slake.
Perhaps just 1.
I'm wondering if it's like equivalent to the successes.
That would be a.
That would, but I don't know if that would
Hopefully
be
not that.
broken.
I would. Jesus.
Let me read
Let's
this.
not
Let me
say
read
that.
It says, okay,
That would be fucked.
can be used in combat after brawl attack, which we did. Armor doesn't apply.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then it just says, that's it. That's it. Wait, let me see. Does anybody have the book?
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause usually it's used against humans, but
What are we looking for?
The brutal feed.
brutal feeding under potence.
Find it. No, that's the only thing I don't like about.
Okay,
this.
here we go.
You found it. Okay.
It's there's a question on Reddit because somebody else was confused. This is a bright side of playing this from home. If a character with the brutal feed successfully bites another vampire, can they shoot them to 5 hunger in 1 turn? Okay, so
That's
it
gonna be a
doesn't
real drag.
immediately drain them like it does for humans. Okay. Brutal feed was eroded and gives you half your potence in feeding actions.
Okay.
So you can bump someone to hunger 5 if they're up high enough to hit that, or if you're able to land brutal feed multiple times. It doesn't otherwise change the rules other than making multiple hungers happen in 1 round. Okay.
So
So in that case, you only get 2 hungry.
You
phew,
get 2 hungry. Okay. All right.
and I just found it.
I can deal with 2 hungry. This is
And
fine. We're at a buffet. We're at university.
Okay. Masquerade.
as he like feeds off you, you see his undead flesh begin to knit together as he takes your vitae into his body and starts to close his own wounds.
Okay. All right. Well, it's not my turn anymore.
Yeah, let me see. Give me a. Sorry, I'm like looking at everything he has.
He's just got so many dots and so many things.
No, not really. He just has a lot in potence.
Mhm.
The one thing you're trying to fight.
Yes.
Successful. And then
He's very potent. Sorry, I was trying to be Patrick for a second.
No, you're fine.
If this is is he taking a new turn?
No, I
Okay.
believe I took his striking back as like a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would that be his turn?
Yeah, we could say that actually.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So
I just want to know if I, because I know what discipline I want to activate next. Because this is getting hairy. I still
All
have faith. Dogfood can do this.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Does he
Oh.
drop me?
Huh?
Does he drop me?
Yeah. So the way okay, let me roll this back. I got so caught up in the rules I forgot to
Okay.
use my theater of the mind. So You slash at his sides, like, leaving these like incredibly large gashes. Using his hand that he already has on your throat, he just like smashes your head to one side brutally, grabs you, and just like pushes his fangs into your neck. And starts draining you. And then he releases you. Like he throws you back against the wall with some force, but not enough to hurt you. You can go before he goes.
Okay. So I'm going to activate toughness.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a roll for that. Come on, roll. And I pass my rouse check.
Mm-hmm. And at this time, you guys will just be reaching the door. At the top of this round.
I'm going to heal 1 damage.
Okay.
And I succeeded on that one as well. Okay. I promise I'm not making these up. And then I'm going to try and grapple him.
Okay. Are you trying to pin him or are you trying to...
I'm trying to restrain him completely.
Okay.
So in Theatre of the Mind terms, I think she's going to shoot behind him and try and grab his arms and put her head around his neck like that, so he can't take any actions.
All right.
Because I'm imagining that I can hear the Court of Cups arriving, like the cavalry.
Yes, they can hear you. So in my mind, they would be moving faster after hearing you slammed against the wall all of a sudden.
So I have 4 hunger dice, 2 regular dice, and 1 for my speciality in grappling. And I got 2 successes.
Okay. And that's strength and brawl, right?
Mm-hmm.
I only have 1 in brawl.
Oh, it's nice to hear he's only got 1 in something.
He's not that powerful. You're just being a baby.
You're scared. You're scared. You're scared.
Oh, I need to. I healed the thing. Okay.
I got 3.
Oh, so I don't grapple him.
Okay. So he, let's see. You jump behind him. You try to grab him. He's very fast. He manages to take you and like toss you over him, but you land on your feet because you're vampires and you're very, very cool like that. And then I never get to use this discipline, so I'm very excited to use it.
The last thing you want to hear is I never get a chance to use this.
A rouse check. Oh, and I succeed. And he immediately does the awesome thing from What We Do in the Shadows and pulls a Nadja and climbs up onto the wall, onto the ceiling.
Creepy.
One go.
Oh man.
And clinging to like the light fixture at the bottom or at the top, like just looks down and like bares his fangs at you like and then he says like, "Foul beast of the night, be gone from here." And you notice his like voice has changed because before he was that like almost like squirrely type of weird dude.
Oh, I think I might have figured this guy out. Dogfood stops a second and goes, "I think I figured you out. Come on down, Professor McTavish."
Professor McTavish is dead. I slew him myself. I fought him from the very tops of the towers to the pits of the dungeon and laid waste to him as I will lay waste to you and your kind. And as this happens, the door like opens and the rest of the coterie comes in.
Oh, someone's reciting a novel in here. Oh.
Loudly yell like, "It's a vampire!" Pointing at him.
Oh, I see. That's
we're rehearsing a play. Dogfood says very loudly, "We're rehearsing a play in here."
Oh, excellent job.
No need to interrupt. I'm winning at the play.
Oh, can you win plays? That's
this
new.
Kind.
All right, I'll be quiet.
Just because there might still be people around.
Yeah,
most of the classes have filtered out because it was like a night class. It was one of the last ones of the night.
And stand against the door like I'm bracing the door.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name? I say to the being that was Professor McTavish.
He like now looks a little bit more nervous because there's so many of you. And he says, Matthias, and I will be your doom and your destruction. You and these foul beasts you have brought in here with you.
You're not going to be my doom and destruction hiding up there on the lamp, are you?
A moment of respite is all I require. And you also see like more of his gashes kind of like start to fill in.
Oh, fuck. All right, can I start healing some of mine too? Can I heal another?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I'm going to heal another.
I've been like rolling it quietly.
Okay.
Like, what's happening?
So how many has he been able to heal? Because I'll roll as many as he's rolled.
He's rolled 2 hunger checks.
Okay, so I rolled 1 and I passed. I rolled 1 and I failed. So it's about to get fucking real in here.
You have 5 hunger?
5. Yeah, but I have no health. I have no health. I still have toughness. Let's go. Let's do this. Is there anything I can start? I'm just going to start throwing objects in his office at him.
Okay.
Just things that looks like he might like.
That doesn't seem like you're winning.
Ooh,
you're winning
okay.
the play.
Okay. Give me your wits and your investigation. How are you a PI and you have no investigation?
I'm not a PI.
I thought that's
Information broker. Other people
Information broker.
Other people do the investigating and then bring it.
I was
to
like,
me.
how is Seth your hero if you
So I have my wits and my investigation, so that's just 3 dice. Okay. All hunger dice. I got 1 success.
Okay. It's partially luck. It's partially just it catches your eye as your hand is wandering around the room. You grab a snow globe. One of a castle from Scotland that you don't recognize. And you throw it at him. It crashes against the ceiling. And as it does, the man's face changes and he drops down from the ceiling almost like a rock, like very rapidly, and clutches at the base from where the glass has shattered and just looks probably like the most pathetic you've ever seen a human being, a grown man look. And he says, oh no, oh, my grandmother got this for me. She said at one point we descended. Oh my goodness. Why would you do something like that?
All right. I want this. If no one objects, if he's going to look around a little bit, I'm going to do another all out attack. And I'm going to try and knock this guy fully out.
Okay.
Get him into a position where we can like get him out of there while he's sort of off guard and seems to be in friendly mode.
Why don't you want to just talk to him now that he's in friendly mode?
Because fuck this guy.
Well, Dogfood's at hunger 5, so yeah.
Yeah, you can. So I'm gonna. Do I want to do an all-out attack, or do I want to try and get some of my hunger back off him?
I want to intervene and just try to talk to Professor McTavish.
Okay, so you're gonna hold me back.
I'm gonna step in front of you and.
Dogfood's like, you're looking at my friends here.
I'm gonna step in front of you and just be like, Professor McTavish, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. I'm so sorry this happened. How are you? Are you okay?
As you say this, he kind of comes to himself a little bit and looks at the state of his office and is like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I did not realize that this is hardly and he just kind of like gazes off for a second and says, teacher's assistant, you were here to ask about being a teacher's assistant, right?
Yeah, and then you choked me. Without establishing any kind of safe word.
And he like looks almost confused at your remark. Oh, well, I sorry, my anger must have gotten the better of me. I like my belongings very much. And he takes like the broken snow globe and you notice like he places his hands over the broken glass of it, like with no regard for his flesh, and very like almost drunkenly puts it back on the desk and starts to set his office right, just picking up shards of glass as though they were nothing and like throwing them in the trash and like taking his like bleeding hands and like trying to like write his pictures and his diplomas and things like that. I'm sorry, students, you may have to come back another time. I feel that I have to set my office to be right. I'm sorry. I'll post office hours tomorrow.
Dogfood says out loud, I want to take him back to the cells.
All right.
That shouldn't Charlotte talk to him? He seems like a good candidate for someone that Charlotte should talk to. I'm like pointing.
You could do with your speciality.
Charlotte is just looking into the future for herself. I'm like, oh, great.
Maybe Charlotte, you could convince him to come back to our place,
right? With
so we don't have to force him.
A little less than the tactics that Dogfood usually uses.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the ceiling. I'm just saying that I don't want to deal with that.
No,
that's behavior that is not acceptable.
It's too much drama for me.
Yeah.
No, we don't want that.
Fine. Okay, then I will try to convince him to. I'll try just persuading him to come to our coffee shop.
Okay.
And that he needs some time, like, come to our shop. You obviously need some time to relax and calm down, and we may have a drink that is compatible with your particular palate.
Okay. Give me a, let's see, a manipulation and a persuasion roll.
Dogfood just says, you're going to feed him?
Okay.
Dogfood is hangry.
Should be feeding him, all right. Feeding him to me.
I don't think we're going to actually feed him. I think it's just a way to get him to come over.
I have 4 successes.
Okay. He kind of like fixes his blazer a little bit, straightens everything, and he says, that might be nice. This can wait for tomorrow.
Yes, it can.
Yeah. We should discuss the wonderful topic you brought up in class earlier. You had such good thoughts on the concept of karma and rebirth as it pertains to a lot of different cultures, did you not? Yeah, we should. That would be nice. And you're right. I think I may have low blood sugar.
Just like
I will accompany you. Will your friends be joining us?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're all your students.
Oh,
Would you mind terribly? Dogfood says very exaggerated etiquette now. Would you mind terribly if?
oh
for the
my! You need a
journey-
manicure, my dear. Your skin condition. And he like kind of like.
It's not polite to point that.
I start laughing.
Would you mind terribly if we were to drive a wooden stake through your heart just for the journey?
Wow. The wooden stake represents your shackles to religion, does it not? You have this question hypothetically, what you posit is you're asking me if I would lay myself. I don't consider myself a religious person.
I don't think, even if I could come up with something smart to reply to that too, I don't think Dogfood could.
But I can understand how you feel as though mayhaps your relationship with religion has driven a metaphorical stake through your heart. Yes? Maybe you view yourself as some type of beast.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, it's beautiful, really, that statement. It's
Perhaps I
wonderful.
see your heart as the concept of God, and this wooden chair that I'm about to break into a stake
We let this conversation go too long.
As-
Let's go.
as progressivism.
Just open
which is
it.
coming to drive and destroy your heart, paralyzing it. You can tell me if this is too out of character. Dogfood really wants to stake this guy through the heart.
I think Charlotte is like already opening the door.
Yeah, I step aside.
No one.
I'm already like guiding him. Like we're essentially left you in the room.
I'm still there, and I'm just like, that's beautiful dog
Yeah.
food. I didn't know that you could have such pros.
Dogfood's mad.
He kind of stumbles along behind you. He doesn't look drunk or anything. It's more just like kind of spacey and not all there. But on the whole, doesn't seem violent or. But he, as you walk, he starts to kind of come to himself. But it's a slow process.
Before I leave, I just want to grab or kick through a chair leg, so I have a stake with me if it comes to that. Because this guy has changed his position on the issues of the day several times in the last 5 minutes. So I'm not convinced he's going to get a whole beige Mercedes ride without turning back into Matthias.
I don't think you brought the beige Mercedes.
Did we not? Oh, did we bring the?
Or did we? No, my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought Ulrika's car. Okay, so I don't think. Well, no, he'll be fine then if he's in Ulrika's car.
What?
No, he won't. I'm going to bring. I don't want to bring a wooden stake.
I was just going to say, like, does the brown
Honestly,
Mercedes
the thing
is going to
is,
trigger him?
The beige Mercedes, everyone knows, causes frenzy.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. Yeah.
It makes me
Immediately.
feel like that. So I just want to take it. I just want to take a stake with me. I also want to fuck this guy's office up, but I'm going to take a stake with me, made out of one of his chair legs.
All right. You break the chair leg, take the stake, put it somewhere inconspicuous. There's nobody in this building because that was the last class for the day, at least in this section of the campus. So people have filtered out. You don't get the impression that anybody heard the ruckus. He kind of walks dazedly behind you to the parking lot. One of the parking lot or campus security people kind of waved to him. And you notice his hands are in his pockets, which thankfully covers the crazy gashes in his coat. As he saunters behind you, Charlotte. And he says, should I follow you in my car? Or
no, you'll be joining us.
Yeah, well, we can bring you back here. Don't you worry. Or you know what? I'll drive your car.
Okay.
And you go with them, because that makes sense.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Because you know where it is.
Of course.
You seem like a trustworthy sort.
Does she?
And he like presses the keys into your hand. And it's for a sad little 2-seater that looks like it's seen better days.
Oh.
And he gets into the back seat of Ulrika's car. So what are you majoring in? He says as Ulrika gets behind the wheel.
Gothic architecture.
Ah, yes. That
Goth
is
studies.
an era.
Yeah.
I actually did a guest lecture at
Oh God.
Portland Community College about how those classic goth archways were created. Fun fact, a lot of them didn't even use any type of mortar or adhesive. It was just balance and masonry.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. That's great. Are you planning on building houses with your expertise or
I just think it looks cool. And I just turn the radio up really loud so we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that
say
much.
to him, explaining that to a Gothic architecture student, it's a little bit patronizing.
Oh, well, I just meant that I gave a guest lecture on it, in case you wanted to check it out,
Yeah.
I'd love to check it out.
No one wants to check out your lecture. Oh, apparently.
Yeah, I'll be sure to give you the YouTube link. I believe it's recorded somewhere. It's pretty.
Oh, I don't know
pretty
how to
neat.
watch those or look at them or what that is.
Oh,
Do you have it
sure.
on paper?
I might have some of my notes somewhere. I can probably get those to you.
I like books.
Where are we going?
We're going to go and get a cup of coffee.
Huh.
And then we're going to lock you in a cell.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, but like it's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we're just going to kidnap you.
That's so funny, dog food. That's not true at all.
Our coffee shop, we have it all rigged up. So it looks like a cell. So we put you in your like prison cell, which is a booth, and then we bring you. We close the door, and then we bring you your drink, and we like put it through the door. It's pretty exciting stuff. It's
very hip.
Yes, very very hip. Is what
I believe there's like a cafe somewhere that makes you feel like you're in an asylum.
Mm-hmm. I found a lot of cafes make me feel like I'm in an asylum.
Yeah, I hear you on that one.
Have you ever been in an asylum?
Do you ask him this question?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Let's see. Give me a charisma and.
Oh God.
Yeah, great. That's great. Any of us could have said that. Nope.
Subterfuge.
Okay.
Oh
all right.
no.
Because I guess you're kind of trying to be sneaky about it.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. He kind of like chuckles and he's like, I mean, no.
Oh, it might be worth checking out.
People stigmatize mental health a lot.
Mhm.
A lot of these crazy asylums are nothing like what you would think they are from media. A lot of them are really just mental health facilities where people go to get the help they so desperately need.
Yeah. It's important that people seek the help they need. I think that's very important. Would you?
Yes. Dog food here could use some.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Oh, well, I think on campus we have some great resources to point you in the right direction.
I like to
Thanks,
nudge her, but
Auntie.
I just nudge her and I'm just like, yes, that's an excellent idea. Student services, student anger management courses, maybe.
Anger management.
You seem to have a problem with that.
Me? No, never. I know some of the tools though. My brother did.
What was your brother's name?
He went by Matt.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, he was a really angry kid.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Matt now?
Passed away in a car accident.
Very sad. I had one of those recently. I mentioned it to you in your office.
A car accident?
Yeah, and I'm going to just show him some of my scars.
Oh. That doesn't look very nice.
No,
you notice
it's a
now, like
very bad scene.
he's got a little bit more clarity. How far is this coffee shop?
How far? Let me posit a question to you, the storyteller. How far is this coffee shop?
You're about 10 minutes out.
Okay, it's going to be about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you tell us more about Gothic architecture?
Yeah. I don't believe you were in any of my architecture classes, though.
My nephew is niece view.
Right. Well, let's see. And he kind of, because the storyteller's knowledge of Gothic architecture is so limited.
I was going to say there's a fucked up thing to do to the storyteller.
Sorry, I didn't.
No, it wasn't. I almost said niece Ferratu.
Nice. He just kind of is like, like talks a little bit about.
She's just trying to get him to talk. She's just trying to get him to not pay attention to what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And the 10 minutes passes, and you arrive at the Court of Cups.
Okay, so
Oh,
let's
here
take
we
him.
are.
Let's take you in because we're doing the special. Like we want you to get the full novelty of our new build. Let's take you in via the river. We have like a secret entrance.
Mm-hmm. By this time, you notice he's like started to look at the tears in his blazer and stuff, and he looks at all of you, and he says, "I'm in trouble, aren't I?"
You're in a lot of trouble. Yes. Do I
You the
still have
hound?
my claws out?
The hound.
I'm assuming no, because you're outside in front
Yeah.
of a
Yes,
sidewalk.
true.
Yeah.
We're not the hound, but we have our own speed dial if you cause any trouble. Come inside, please.
Okay. And he doesn't put his hands up because that would be very obvious, but kind of makes a show of like putting them down low. Says, okay. And follows you.
So I'm going to take him through to one of the cells. And if he doesn't resist, I'm just going to lock him in there.
He hesitates outside the cell door and he says, I don't think that's necessary.
I think that's necessary. The person who gave me these marks was you.
It's not my fault.
No one said it was your fault. Get in the cell.
It's a spirit. I'm being actively haunted, and well, it's not funny. It goes surreal.
I'm gonna go get Loretta. I laugh and leave the room.
We believe you. We have.
And I feel like this isn't. I
turn on Daunt.
This is required.
I turn on Daunt and tell him to get in the cell.
Okay. Let's see. That's presence, right?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and make a. It's going to be your. I want to say like manipulation. Your manipulation and your intimidate with your presence added.
How hungry am I?
You are you're at a 1.
Okay.
A dog food that's at a 5.
So 5 from presence. 3 manipulation.
You have a lot of dice.
2 with intimidate. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
4 successes. And I roll resolve and composure. So it's 5 dice. Oh. 3 successes.
And I had 4.
You had 4? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So yeah, he kind of like sees like, you activate your daunt. And so like the shadows underneath your face almost become exaggerated. And your teeth look like they grow in length, 3 to 4 inches, like to an eerie length. And your face becomes like more gaunt and almost like pulled back unnaturally. And your eyes seem like they're just glinting with delight, like a violent delight, as you say this. And he says, "Okay, all right." And he steps into the cell. Like he steps back into the doorway, like if that makes sense. So you can close the door, but he doesn't like step inside, if that makes sense. He just takes 1 step back.
I close the door and just turn to Dogfood and say, "You're welcome."
I mean, I could have gotten him in the cell.
Right.
But thank you. That was very. In my management training course, I learned that you should, delegate things that aren't important enough for you to do. So thank you.
You're the one who wanted it done.
Great job.
I can let him out. Do you want me to let him out?
No, he's fine in there. I am hungry as balls.
We should have some lattes.
Mm-hmm. They recharge every week. Yeah.
If you would like one, I call from upstairs.
And I would love a latte. Thank you. That would be much
Do we
appreciated.
need Loretta to do any, the hitty stabby things? Otherwise, I'll get her to make you a latte. She's very good at it now. Does she need to hit anything? She's
She
on her way
might
down.
need-
Here she comes.
She might need to. Okay. All right.
Elizabeth makes like fake stomping noises like a mom does. And like, I'm coming down there.
All
Here
right.
she comes.
We might need Loretta to stay on guard. Can you send down a couple of goons?
Do we have goons?
We have goons. Yeah, I think we have 2 Dotson goons.
Oh, all right, fine. I'll send down some goons, and I will have Loretta make the latte first, and then bring it down there. That makes sense. You need
Thank you so much.
All right, false alarm, Loretta. Just make the latte first.
I also
You're
want
like
to
espresso noises.
I want to get my. I remember a few nights ago in game time.
Mm-hmm.
Dogfood went out to try and seduce someone, and she did manage to get his number.
Mm-hmm.
She's just going to text him and say, "Hey, you up?"
Oh my god.
That is the most ludicrous. It was the dude that was like helping someone that was throwing up in the alley, right?
They were helping Dogfood.
But then, as far as he's concerned, they then made out and had a wonderful.
They made out, and he walked
Yeah.
home. Yeah. So you get a text back,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Yeah, working."
When are you off?
Actually, at this point, it'd be pretty late. Wasn't he the bartender?
He was.
He
He
No,
was
he
such a
was just
throwaway
hanging out.
NPC.
Yeah, he was just
throwaway
hanging out.
NPC.
just
He
hanging
was in the bar and was the target of
sweet.
the sad seduction.
Thank you so much for the
The
refresher.
sad
I was like, I never expect y'all
What?
to like.
What did I
It
say?
was
What?
sad sexful. No, that doesn't work. Successful, but with sad.
He says, I'm gonna be off in 30 minutes. Gonna go to the usual spot.
Is the usual change your usual spot to the Court of Cups?
And he says, not in the mood for coffee. Winky face.
Oh Lord.
And I'm going to send back. Me neither.
Oh god. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That is so smooth for someone with 1 in charisma.
Right. That's fucked up.
He says,
Is that too smooth? Because I can.
No,
take it
no,
back.
no,
I figured that was just very direct.
no,
Dog food.
it is very direct. He responds back. I remember this guy being really shy and nice.
He was nice. Yeah, he was a good guy.
He would be like, so okay, let me think. I'm so bad at playing like dudes who are trying to date girls. He responds with, oh, I was hoping to get to know you better. Would like to hang out
Excellent.
more? Question mark.
Sure.
And he says, okay, I'll be over in half an hour.
By the way, what? I don't think I ever got a name for him. So, what name did he put his number into my phone as?
I'm gonna see if I wrote it down anywhere. I feel like
I don't think we ever gave him a name.
he was unnamed dude that got eaten like 8 episodes ago.
I apologize. I apologize.
Don't
for bringing up
apologize.
this NPC.
His name is now Neil.
Okay, Neil. That's a good name. And he thinks my name is. I gave him the name NA. I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your go-to alias. Yeah. His name is now Neil.
Okay. See you soon.
All right.
You don't need a lot of dots in charisma. Men are trash.
That's not wrong.
No.
Not all men.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the ones who don't need a lot of charisma to.
Yeah, not all men need a lot of charisma.
If I remember correctly, this dude was like he took
He's
like
really nice.
he took an interest in you big time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that being a plot point because Charlotte refused to eat him.
Yeah, because he seems.
He did something so nice that Charlotte was like, "Well, I can't eat him now." I remember that they were like, "Oh, great."
Dogfood drank beer and got sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
what
he
it
was
was.
He was holding
He
my
was-
hair back.
And
as
you
I
were
was-
walking home, and he didn't want to take advantage of you, and then you threw up or
And then
whatever.
I was like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That
And
was
then
like
he was
a-
like, "Whoa, what happened? That was amazing." I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
yeah, with the things that freaking kind do when they
Right.
when they get the delicious kiss on them.
Animals.
God, they're the worst. Humans are the worst.
Yeah. Pathetic.
You're
Half
not
an hour
wrong.
passes. He comes in. He's still wearing his work clothes. And you notice he's actually wearing scrubs.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're a doctor, nurse,
No, phlebotomist.
veterinary? A phlebotomist.
Yeah.
So like phlegm stuff, stamp collecting.
No. Phlebotomists do more than just phlegm stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I was right about the stamp collecting.
I mean, coin collecting. You're close. You're close.
Close. Okay, that makes sense.
This is. Do you have the blotte yet?
Yeah, I really need it before I'm going
Okay.
to take on this mighty task, I think.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume you got it before he arrived.
Yeah. So that will slake 1 hunger.
Okay.
So you'll go down to 4.
Because
Okay.
Elizabeth doesn't want to. This is so awkward. She's just.
Elizabeth can't be around it.
Right now,
Elizabeth
like,
goes
where
into
is
fear frenzy.
where is
I'm
everyone right now?
I'm just gonna stop Elizabeth quickly and just say, Auntie, if you think this is going too far, just let me know. And then I'm gonna whisper, I'm very hungry.
I'm confused. You mean if you go too far, or if it's too?
Yes.
Oh, you're saying if you go too far.
Yeah. On this first date, I don't want to go too far and
Got it.
put him off.
Oh, then I will stay here and watch over you. Please talk as little as possible. It hurts me to listen to this physically.
Where's everyone else? Like, where?
I don't know. Did you decide to? Do any of you want to talk to the prisoner in this time?
Yeah, I'm babysitting Dogfood currently to make sure that she doesn't kill this guy. So that's what I'm doing.
I think I
There's
just went back
like
upstairs.
2 rough-looking customers sitting on a bench, staring directly at Professor McTavish. Professor McTavish is kind of staring back at them, like awkwardly. Charlotte.
It probably took me a little bit to find that car.
Oh yeah. You had to like walk around, like
Beep 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 beep.
Marco, Polo.
beep, beep.
And then eventually I will come back and probably sit with Professor McTavish.
Okay. So dog food.
So how's the how's work? Any good flebs today?
Yeah, it's okay. It pays the bills. I'm trying to like take classes at night and maybe become like a physician's assistant or something. Like that's what I'm trying for, but we'll see.
Nice.
I haven't been doing that well with my classes. I just have a lot on my plate.
I'm gonna warn you, I'm not good at talking to guys.
Yeah, I kind of got that impression the other night. It's okay. I'm really bad at talking to people too.
Yeah, it's you want to make out?
Give me a charisma and persuasion roll.
Okay.
Like right behind him is Elizabeth, and when Dogfood just want to pick out, she's like,
You just in like the lobby of the cafe.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
This is two dice I'm rolling.
I imagine
They're
Ulrika
both
went
hunger dice.
to be by where the whiskey is.
I got 1 success.
She's watching.
Okay.
I got a 0 and a 1.
I mean,
So I nearly just got so scared of this guy that I ran out of the coffee shop, but I managed to make it.
okay. And he says, wait, you're still in the coffee
Nope.
shop, right?
Yeah,
Okay. That was a
I
joke.
succeeded on my roll. Yeah.
He says, I mean, last time was pretty great.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes
I don't know if this would be okay here though, because that lady behind you keeps staring at us.
she's my
Look at her right now. Like
she's just making sure that you're a good guy, she's a little bit protective.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah, we own this place.
Oh, I don't feel like I should make out in front of your mom.
It's fine. She's just my aunt.
She's really staring, like really badly.
Yeah, she likes to watch.
Just
No, I don't say that.
You don't say that.
We could go into the. We have a library we could go to,
You have a library in here?
and we have a library in here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be
Sure.
great. You both get up. He gets his coat off from the back of the chair. And then he says, "Pleased to meet you, ma'am. Your niece is a really great young lady."
I was going to
touch
say that,
me.
Elizabeth. Make sure you come
Oh.
down if you hear screaming, and then under my breath, make sure you come down if you hear screaming.
yes. Don't let him touch me.
Oh.
Goodbye.
No, I won't.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Stop talking. Just go. You're fine.
Don't worry. She approves
Loretta,
of you. Otherwise,
I'd like another latte.
Loretta starts working on another latte, and he like follows you, and he says, "Are you sure she's okay with this?"
yeah, she's fine. She's a normal human aunt, and she's a little bit protective. But you're not a bad guy, right? I can trust you.
Oh,
Yeah, as long as you're trustworthy, it's
we
fine.
will go as we will go according to the speed that you deem fit.
Okay.
Your consent and your enthusiasm is of utmost importance to me.
Oh, that is good to hear. That is,
I'm really happy to
you're-
see you sober this
You're
time.
such a nice guy.
I feel
hope you
like
live a long
right
time.
now we're really connecting. As he's like
Yeah.
walking with you to the library. Like last
Yeah.
time, it was great. Please don't think I didn't have a great time, but I still think about like did you just kiss me because you were drunk?
Sometimes it's
Or-
not all about words, Sometimes it's
Yeah.
more of a connection of
God.
souls.
And that makes me feel really better about all this because now I know that like you want to, and that's really flattering for me because
Yeah.
it's just I don't get out much.
All right, that's enough talking. Let me bite your neck.
You don't have to do a grapple for this one.
Okay, good.
So it works.
Okay.
He immediately
just-
feels the ecstasy of your kindred kiss.
I'm going to
and,
take two
you begin to
hunger off
slake
him.
your
I'm
hunger.
going to be very careful. I'm going to try and be pretty careful.
Mhm.
I'm going to take two hunger off him.
Yeah,
And
I'm listening to make sure there's no screaming.
You took
Same.
off one hunger from the latte, so this helps. You're not
Okay.
in as much danger of frenzying,
Mhm.
which is very, very good.
Yeah,
Um,
this guy is way too nice.
Yeah, he's a super cool guy. I'm glad I didn't accidentally murder him.
Was I home in time to see Dogfood use my room as a booty call room?
Yes, yes.
A booty call.
You see Dogfood say, like, "Do you want to make out in the library?" Like that's probably when you're coming in. Is when you hear that.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Booty call.
Booty call.
and they do it on your fancy chair that you have
No.
behind you.
Don't worry.
And-
Don't mind my friend Charlotte. She's just worried we're going to get blood everywhere.
Charlotte just like tries to center herself and like takes her to her happy place of like,
Mhm.
I don't know, books,
Hey, so
her
like,
car.
He kind of like is dazed, like he needs when you give blood, he's like
Yeah.
a little out of it, and he's just like, "That was amazing, thank you."
no worries. Like,
Did you enjoy it?
it was honestly, I don't think you would possibly appreciate how much.
Ah,
It was definitely, yeah, it was great.
hey, weird question.
Yeah.
When you called me, I felt like I had to come. Like it was just that's how amazing this was. Like I feel like I'm connected to you.
Yeah.
Like, this
me
isn't
too,
like
absolutely.
like I know this is like casual and it's fun, but like do you want to maybe see each other again?
Oh, for sure. Like, Yeah, I mean, I'm very busy, so maybe I'll just send you a text and say, come by the coffee shop sometime.
Oh, I was thinking maybe we could get a sandwich together now, or
Do you want an apple? I already ate. Do you want an apple flapjack? We have apple flapjacks.
that sounds amazing. Yeah, would you like to maybe have dinner with me?
Like, I just ate.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah.
like, I'm not like blowing you off. Like, I really did. And I'm kind of, my shift is about to start.
Oh,
but
you have to work. I didn't realize.
I'll give you a call probably in a few days when things settle down a little bit at work.
Yeah. Maybe we could go see that new superhero movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, movies are fine.
If you're into that. Yeah, that would be
Sure.
great. Cool. I'll wait for you to text me.
Sure. I'll
Okay.
I'll you know what? I'm definitely going to text you.
All right.
All right.
Have a great night. Thanks
Cool.
for this. This was great.
No, yeah, it was it was great. Okay,
And
bye.
he stumbles out of the front of the cafe.
I watch him like
Finds a blood lighter.
I'm
It
gonna
was
go and
nice
talk to-
meeting you, ma'am.
I'm just going to go and say to Elizabeth, I am a pro at this now.
what
I am
did you tell that young
extremely
man?
Productive. What do you mean? What did I tell him?
That clearly he has eyes for you, and now you're just using him.
I'm not using him.
It seems like you're using
I'm
him.
trying it hard to find an angle on this where I'm not, but I believe that there is one.
No, there's a different way to do it. Perhaps insert yourself into all of their childhood memories, or do other things that are equally as invasive, and then it just becomes second nature. This poor person is just going to think you're actually going to take him to a movie or a talkie or whatever.
I'll take him to a movie. Movies are dark. I'm going to get hungry again. You say, he says dating. I say farming.
It's true. Just
blood comes back. He'll be fine.
You understand that he will come back here looking for you, correct?
Yeah,
asking
when I
for
text
you.
him.
No. Or can I say that at the same time? No.
Maybe you should have your own room.
I don't think there's any reason to suspect that this man will get clingy.
With great power comes great responsibility, and you have no idea the power.
I don't think men do that. I don't think men ever think like I can't get into that mindset, but I don't think men are ever like, that girl, I like that girl much more than she likes me. I should show up and bother her all the time. I don't think that's a thing.
You've never been a girl.
Is that a thing?
In real life, and in real life, out of character, you've never been a girl.
Oh no! In real life, I know it happens.
He's making a joke.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know who you were at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say the premise of the joke for everyone is that
dog food
is wrong.
doesn't think
Right.
this. Yeah, don't dog food. Let's try to have an example here. Do you remember the alcohol license man? Do you ever wonder why he comes in every day now?
Yeah.
He's here every day.
Yeah, but that was Ulrika. She destroyed his mind.
Because of exactly what you just did, but much more powerful.
It's ultimately the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing. I'm equally as good at it.
Okay. That's why you had me seduce that dude that time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't seduce him. How would that have worked?
It could have worked.
Listen, why don't we all go talk to our prisoner? We have a
All right.
prisoner.
Yeah,
There's some people. There's someone in the jail cells that we've locked up who could be dead. We don't know. Oh, Loretta, watch the shop. We're gonna go talk to the prisoner. I mean,
prisoner. Yeah.
Our friend downstairs who's waiting for us.
This show's just about dog food's love lives now. The dating show.
Dogfood, we're going to talk about your room choice next time. Just putting that out there.
As you discuss where you could potentially put in a closet for dog food to make out with people in
in the bottle
and enter the dungeon.
7 minutes of heaven. Or whatever that game is. Sorry.
I don't think I've ever laughed this much in a game.
Sorry.
As you enter the cool, calm dungeon, this is where we'll take our first break for the session.